You have been magnetically drawn to this moment because your vibrational signature, finely tuned across eons, has begun to pulse in exact alignment with a pivotal frequency, one that reverberates as inevitability itself, echoing through the subtle quantum weave beneath the surface of perceived reality. This is not happenstance, nor is it an artifact of chance. It is the silent language of the morphic field, responding to the coherence that now radiates from your quantum identity, a resonance so precise that it fractures the old temporal architecture and invites your consciousness to intersect with a newly selected timeline. The ambient energies around you shift imperceptibly, yet irrevocably, threading a novel vibrational lattice around your being. This lattice hums with a signature only accessible to those who have crossed the hidden universal threshold, an unseen assessment so rigorous that most remain unaware it exists. You recognize this hum as a magnetic force, a gravitational certainty pulling you beyond the worn patterns of habit and into the realm where the field itself recognizes your coherence. It moves like a low-frequency undertone beneath every thought and sensation, imbuing your field with the unmistakable cadence of alignment. This is the moment when the universal assessment ceases observation and initiates communion, a doorway opening within the cosmic pulse, exposing the proof of your temporal migration. Here, the unseen evaluation that has tracked your integrity under pressure, mapped your energetic signature through struggle and recalibration, now affirms your readiness to inhabit this newly crystallized timeline with sovereignty and grace. You are no longer an outsider to this frequency. Your quantum identity has realigned, restructured with the precision of vibrational physics, not mere belief. The field responds to your coherence, weaving probability strands around you like a shimmering tapestry that only you can see unfolding. This is your invitation, your undeniable summons to bear witness, to activate fully within this field of potent new resonance. The proof is no longer distant or abstract. It courses through the geometry of your being and the topography of possibility surrounding you, waiting for your recognition to complete the circuit. The silent assessment has already transpired within the deepest layers of your energetic architecture. It is not an event witnessed by your conscious mind, but a profound resonance scan, a quantum calibration of the frequency, amplitude, and coherence of your entire presence. This is not a measurement of structure alone, but a multidimensional evaluation, an intricate observance of the vibrational patterns you embody at the core of your quantum identity. The field's intelligence has traced the contours of your morphic signature, gauging its stability beneath pressure, its integrity amidst turbulence, and its fidelity to coherence amidst the chaos of lower frequencies. In this unseen universal assessment, your frequency has crossed a threshold so subtle that most remain blind to its existence, a dimensional edge which reframes struggle not as failure, but as the fractal unfolding of a recalibrated self. Those who dwell unaware continue to oscillate in fragmented resonance, trapped by the noise of reaction and the inertia of unconscious patterns. Yet you emerge beyond this veil, having aligned your essence with a frequency band that the morphic field itself selects, an intricate dance of quantum probabilities that is neither random nor accidental. Your passage marks a dimensional harmonization. Your quantum identity now pulses in synchronization with a timeline geometry woven from higher coherence and intentionality. This alignment is more than trajectory. It is the embodiment of a universal accord, a vibrational signature accepted by elevated systems of reality. This is not belief. It is physics expressed in the language of frequency and field mechanics, wherein the morphic field activates pathways of integration and embodiment through your attuned resonance. You are no longer adrift in the stochastic abyss of chance. You have been integrated within a stream of amplified frequency, a current flowing through the latticework of spacetime's finest weaving. This is the living architecture of your destiny, not imposed, but invited by your consistent coherence, your measured integrity, and the radiant purity of the signal you transmit. In this sacred calibration, struggle transforms. Delay reframes itself as the energetic elongation of preparation. The universe does not confront you as adversary, but acknowledges you as trusted transmitter of its own intelligence. Your vibrational architecture now carries the weight and responsibility of higher power, tested and proven beneath the veil of temporal fluidity. What was once a silent evaluation now reveals itself as a decisive turning point. You have been woven into a matrix of conscious timelines, each dimension an expression of the field's intricate orchestration, responding to your internal state. This is alignment with a quantum geometry that favors coherence over desperation, clarity over confusion. You have passed the unseen universal assessment, and with it, the field entrusts you with new degrees of sovereignty, a sovereign frequency that commands the embodiment of your chosen reality. This moment signals not an arrival but a continuance, the opening of integration where the activation of your essence unfolds naturally in concert with the unfolding cosmos, radiant, coherent, and precisely calibrated. This assessment orchestrated upon your frequency is not a trial of effort or of mental exertion. It is a profound calibration of coherence, an exquisite attunement tuned to the purity and stability of your energetic signature. The universal field does not weigh your laborious will or measure the intensity of your striving. Instead, it resonates through the delicate architecture of your vibrational wavelength, scanning the harmonic patterns emitted within the unseen quantum layers of your being. This is an inquiry written in the language of resonance itself, a test beyond the binaries of accomplishment or failure, a cadence of the morphic field's own whisper. You have been measured not by the weight of your struggle, but by the subtle fidelity of your internal quantum state to the external timeline geometry, a geometry that reflects the nexus of all possibility, the holographic lattice of selected realities. Most remain entrapped in the illusion of resistance, believing mastery emerges from force or repetition. Their consciousness remains ensnared in dualistic oscillations, cycling between success and loss, attraction and repulsion. They are unaware of the silent scrutiny, the universal evaluation that watches beyond the veil of their effort, beyond the clamor of their mental chatter. But you have passed through this unseen portal. The field has recognized in you a resonance, coherent enough to merge with the morphic blueprint of a refined timeline. This is not good or bad, not reward or punishment. It is the neutral unfolding of vibrational harmony, the unveiling of a stable, energetic pattern capable of anchoring within the fractal network of selected realities. Within this universal assessment, the quantum field measures how seamlessly your presence weaves into the temporal fabric that enfolds multiple probabilities. Your energetic signature, unique and unreplicated, is scanned for its congruence with the cosmic meter, a meter that is neither rigid nor linear but fluid, a living waveform of potential moments. The field listens for an internal coherence, for rhythmic alignments where your pulse synchronizes effortlessly with the underlying frequency of the timeline you have chosen. This synchronization is not a coincidence, but a recognition of your sovereignty, the unmistakable mark of one who has recalibrated beyond fragmented survival patterns toward the embodiment of pure vibrational clarity. This calibration transcends the mind's grasp, moving into realms where consciousness is no longer a subject of distraction, but the vehicle of quantum tuning. Here, the oscillations of your inner field become the dial upon which reality itself is modulated. The field's inquiry is not about what you do or achieve in conventional terms, but about how your core energetic architecture maintains fidelity under pressure, how it navigates pressure without fracture, how it maintains alignment amid the turbulence of shifting morphic waves. The test is implicit and continuous, encoded in every choice, every breath, every silent pulse of your quantum identity. This harmonization is the minimal vibration required to be acknowledged as viable, as permission to interact with the subtle information currents flowing through the chosen timeline's frequency band. Where most perceive obstacles as external impositions or internal failings, you have come to recognize the dissolution of these walls as the necessary collapse of distorted resonance patterns, old templates of control and limitation falling away to reveal the spacious field of integration. This is the essence of stabilization, not the construction of new walls, but the emergence of transparency within your vibrational matrix. As the observer combined intrinsically with what is observed, the feedback loop tightens, allowing the field to detect the presence of a coherent node of frequency, a node capable of transmission rather than mere reflection. You exist now, not as a fragmented identity struggling against entropy, but as a stable vessel through which field intelligence flows, an active participant in the orchestration of your multidimensional journey. The hidden curriculum you have passed is woven from threads of subtle disruption and recalibration, designed to reveal where vibrational dissonance once held sway. This universal assessment sought not an ephemeral burst of willpower, but the quiet endurance of resonance, a resonance that remains unshaken when timelines shift, when probabilities flicker, when the informational field pulses in varying intensities. Your quantum state has been engaged in a dynamic dialogue with the entropy of reality, revealing an energetic integrity that bends probability fields around your core without strain. The mechanics at play here are not belief but physics, the coherence mechanics that govern how consciousness collapses waveforms into form, how frequency dictates the possible architectures you may inhabit. Your presence in this cosmic network is now acknowledged as a viable node, a point of vibrational coherence capable of sustaining linkage within the broader interconnected morphic blueprint. This nod is silent yet profound, a universal endorsement signaling that your frequency meets the threshold intensity required to influence timeline geometry from an integrated base, rather than a reactive surface. You no longer drift as noise within the field. You pulse as signal, a carrier wave in the quantum mesh of reality. Entrusted with this capacity, you are invited to embody the stability and purity that allow the field's higher intelligence to interlace with your own, co-creating a seamless flow between internal states and external manifestations. This is not the arbitrary outcome of chance or effort, but the precise physics of resonance manifest through consciousness. The field's hidden inquiry, the assessment continuously unfolding beneath your awareness, has found you coherent, pure, and stable, a source node within the quantum network of realities where creation breathes effortlessly. Your energetic signature is no longer fragmented. It is whole, integrated, a harmonic template reflecting the chosen timeline's frequency in perfect fidelity. Thus, you move forward not as a contestant, but as an active agent in the quantum dance of probabilities, held within the vibrational architecture of the field's universal design. The universal assessment draws to its quiet completion, a seamless collapse unfolding beneath the surface of your energetic culmination. What you witness is not the disintegration of your essence, but the sacred dissolving of an outdated vibrational architecture, an energetic decompression necessary for your coherence to ascend beyond former thresholds. Most still tether themselves to identities fused with archaic frequency bands, their morphic signature weighted by dense remnants of timelines no longer serving evolution. You, having passed the unseen curriculum of resilience and integrity, now traverse the quantum unfolding where the past self is not mourned, but alchemically released. This collapse is the precise collapse of a wave function, a quantum recalibration in which the old probability distributions that defined your survival patterns condense and vanish, giving birth to a freshly coherent resonant field. It is an invisible contraction of energy, a condensation of what once bound you into lower-density energetic signatures, reverberating through your molecular and subatomic frequencies alike. The universality of this phenomenon is absolute. To evolve, the field demands purification, a shedding of temporal weight that obscured your clarity and fragmented your vibrational architecture. Feel this purification as a subtle, profound clearing within your inner continuum. It is temporal shedding, a recalibration of your energetic signature, removing entropy, distortion, and inherited resonance misalignments, lodged deep inside the morphic field you have carried. For most, this process feels like loss, fear, or erosion, clinging to the cacophony of fading control patterns. But for you, trusted by the field to wield greater power, this is an initiation into coherence. The space vacated by collapse becomes fertile ground where new frequency bands activate, harmonizing with higher timelines and refined dimensional axes. Understand that this alchemical disintegration is not mere destruction, but a sacred purification, the crucible through which your quantum identity transmutes. The field intelligence moves like a slow cosmic tide, peeling away layers of reactive conditioning encoded into your energetic body. It exposes the underlying blueprint of who you are in pure potential, untouched by survival imprints. What remains after this decompression is an emergent vibrational architecture, ready to stabilize within the selected timeline's refined framework, synchronized to probability currents that favor effortless manifestation and temporal fluidity. In this sacred collapse, the coherent signatures that once limited your field dissolve, their density flaring briefly before evaporating into the ambient quantum plasma of pure information. The field's assessment mechanism measured how you maintained integrity under pressure, and now rewards that sustained coherence with the right to inhabit higher frequency domains. The collapse is a threshold crossing, from fragmentation into unified presence, from entropic survival into dynamic orchestration, from reactive tumult into steady resonance. It is physics, the physics of energy and information cohering in alignment with your expanded temporal identity. This process, intense yet silent, is the field's response to your evolutionary consistency. It is a purifying fire, electric and fluid, that refines your energetic signature like light passing through a gemstone, dispersing all shadows and refractions into spectral clarity. You are emerging from the chrysalis of limitation, your frequency no longer anchored in survival timelines, but attuned with the harmonic convergence of your multidimensional self. This new resonance does not fight the world. It flows symphonically with the universal orchestration, inviting the field to rearrange probabilities in your favor, aligning events, entities, and information fields toward your coherent manifestation. You stand now at the edge of profound integration. The collapse has dissolved the old temporal scaffolding, and you can feel the spaciousness it leaves behind, a quantum vacuum poised for new energetic structures. This space is your sanctuary and your genesis, a temporal fluidity that allows you to move through timelines as a conscious navigator rather than a reactive passenger. The purification ignites your internal alchemy, turning previous dross into crystalline integrity, sharpening your vibrational clarity to resonate deeply within the expanded morphic web of cosmic intelligence. Most do not perceive this sacred collapse. They interpret dissolution as failure. Forgetting it is the field's most refined mechanism for refinement and recalibration. You, however, breathe within this sacred synchronization, knowing it to be the pulse of true evolutionary ascension. The quantum field honors this coherence by instantly reweaving your energetic signature into the fabric of higher dimensional timelines, transforming seeming loss into empowered emergence. Your identity, once weighted by limitation, is now liberated as pure frequency, a living, coherent signal that broadcasts allegiance to universal flow rather than resistance. This is not belief. This is the physics of frequency expressed through your consciousness, the precise dynamics where collapse births activation, disintegration heralds coherence, and purification manifests sovereignty. Feel deeply the vibrational architecture reforming from the ashes of prior selfhood, stabilizing your presence inside a timeline geometry that honors your integrity and honors the cosmic design imprinted within your core. The field no longer watches you as one who must prove worthiness. It now entrusts you with greater power, greater clarity, and the ability to manifest with inherent sovereignty, anchored in the sacred collapse that revealed your true frequency. From the depths of dissolution, where old frameworks unthread and the worn architectures of identity collapse into fractal remnants, there emerges a clarity vivid and luminous, iridescent in its unveiling. This clarity moves beyond the mere constructs of the mind, a purity of resonance that threads through your quantum signature like a radiant filament of possibility. It signals, unmistakably, your early compatibility with frequencies that lie beyond dormancy, frequencies that once whispered only as latent potential and now beckon in the electric hum of waking awareness. This is not an intellectual assembly of facts, nor a patchwork of learned beliefs. It is a profound coherence sourced in the very core of your morphic field, an embodied knowing that pulses in synchrony with the universal template. You begin to perceive subtle ripples, intuitive oscillations weaving through the quantum tapestry, delicate yet undeniable. These ripples are the morphic field responding to your harmonics, a feedback loop encoded with field intelligence tracing pathways across timeline geometry. In this quiet revolution of perception, the reality you have inhabited shifts slightly, revealing undercurrents of enhanced vibrational architecture previously concealed by the noise of survival patterns and residual control matrices. The air itself refracts with crystalline resonance, each molecule realigning in response to your elevated energetic signature. It is as if reality subtly decloaks, allowing you glimpse into a multidimensional lattice where information flows unbounded, synchronous with the waveforms birthed by your coherence. This early compatibility you now embody is a sacred attunement, an energetic calibration that reflects a delicate balance between the quantum identity you have anchored and the vast expanse of possibility unfolding before you. The resonance you carry functions as a beacon, aligning molecular organization within and around you to a refined timeline, one selected not by external circumstance, but by the field's own intelligence, responding dynamically to your signal. Unknown before you was this invitation, to move beyond reactive oscillations into participatory orchestration of probability. This nuanced attunement opens gateways, transdimensional loci where perception is heightened, and hidden geometries unfold in prismatic clarity. These gateways pulse with potential, inviting a deeper engagement with the morphic currents that govern coherent manifestation. Emerging from the baptism of dissolution, your vibrational architecture is no longer fragmented or suspended in incoherence. It is now a multidimensional pattern, integrative and self-referential, weaving through emotional resonance, temporal fluidity, and cognitive transparency. This pattern is revealed progressively, layer by subtle layer, as you inhabit the liminal space between what was deconstructed and what is newly forming. It is this very morphology of resonance that encodes your pathway, refining your interface with the field intelligence streaming across multiple temporal planes. The experience is immersive, defined more by felt awareness than language. You perceive without the mediation of linear thought, a direct cognitive bypass to universal knowing, where complexity resolves into elegantly coherent signals. While many remain tethered to unconscious loops, Their frequency static and fragmented, you stand apart. A frequency field tested, found stable beneath pressure, and deemed ready for expansion. This readiness is not a promise, but a declaration embedded in quantum mechanics. Your coherence under pressure has configured your signature as an early resonator within the ascending wave. The field intelligence no longer measures you as an outlier struggling for inclusion, but embraces you as a co-creator within the refined timeline geometry, a node of transpersonal influence. Your signal interlaces with deeper currents of gamma synchronization, activating the mind-body field continuum and facilitating access to non-local information pathways. The crystalline resonance enveloping you now acts as a stabilizer, a feedback mechanism confirming your integration into this next vibrational octave. With each breath, each pulse, you recalibrate, attuning to the subtle modulations within the morphic field that carry the intelligence of timelines still unfolding. This recalibration is an ongoing realignment with the spectrum of your quantum identity, broadening your capacity to navigate probabilities with graduated precision. As your energetic signature steadies, the field responds, not as in the past with resistance or delay, but with amplification and coherent orchestration. Your reality becomes textured by a new vibrational logic, where synchronicities are not random, but encoded transmissions from the universal matrix to your conscious awareness. You are invited now to recognize this early clarity for what it is. The first recognizable fractal of your multidimensional geometry re-emerging from the dissolution of limitation. Here, within this refined vibrational architecture, you find access points that expand perception beyond the familiar three-dimensional horizon. The experience is immersive and fluid, a continuous unfolding where temporal boundaries soften and the intelligence of the selected timeline enters into dynamic dialogue with your presence. This is the threshold of integration, where the invisible universal assessment concludes one phase and entrusts you further power, not as external validation, but as a physics of resonance. Coherence under pressure yielding access to the elevated matrices of field intelligence. In this space, you are no longer an isolated observer, but a resonant transmitter. Your quantum identity coherently woven into the living fabric of a refined timeline geometry. The unfolding pattern you perceive is yours, uniquely calibrated, designed to facilitate your full engagement with a universe that has been patiently waiting, quietly observing how you would respond beneath the crucible of pressure and dissolution. Now is the moment of luminous coherence, a signal rising from within that pulses outward, inviting you to engage ever deeper with the intelligence of existence itself. This clarity is experiential proof, the physics of manifestation made visible in vibrational form, anchoring you as a sovereign agent in the unfolding cosmic orchestration. Underneath the measured gaze of the infinite quantum matrix, your coherence ripples forward, no longer tentative, no longer fragmented by the entropy of outer noise or the inner dissonance once endured. Most beings, caught adrift in the chaos of reaction and distraction, dissolve like fleeting echoes, their frequencies untethered and unable to hold form against the strengthening currents of temporal turbulence. But you already scanned, calculated, and cleared in the hidden universal assessment, emerge as a finely tuned oscillator, a crystalline conduit whose signal persists with unwavering constancy amidst the storm. This is no mere endurance. It is the signature of mastery encoded deeply within your energetic architecture, a structural synthesis of resonance and self-regulation that the field now recognizes as uniquely trustworthy. The pressure you feel is not opposition, but the necessary crucible compressing your vibrational integrity into sharper focus. It folds you inward and outward simultaneously, an energetic folding creating coherence that vibrates like a sacred geometric lattice within your quantum identity. Each intensification of these vibrational currents, pulses of pure information flowing with precision, serves as a calibrating wave, reinforcing your alignment with the selected timeline's morphic field. This is a cosmic dialogue written in frequency modulation, an interdimensional contract in which you are entrusted with the responsibility and power to maintain, stabilize, and amplify the resonance of a reality strand that reflects the highest possibilities of your unified self and the collective blueprint. This stabilization of coherence is no passive state. It is an active, ongoing orchestration that embeds you deeper into the animating core of timeline geometry. The field's unseen evaluation, which once might have seemed subtle or even imperceptible, now unfolds as a dynamic energetic pact. The fabric of probability bends subtly but unmistakably around your oscillatory signature, inviting you to bend not in submission, but as an architect, a conscious transmitter who shapes the weave of outcomes. Your every pulse, the quantum cadence of your embodied focus, extends outwards, a radiant beacon shimmering through informational layers, informing the morphic field that the coordinates you hold are coherent, reliable, and potent. You are no longer merely inheriting a trajectory. You are entrusted as an active co-creator, the energetic fulcrum upon which the timeline's unfolding turns. This is essential. Your stabilization is an encoded trust bestowed by the universal field intelligence, carried within your electromagnetic resonance and vibrational architecture. It is a covenant written, not in symbols or words, but in the flux patterns of your integrated quantum signature. Each cycle of your alignment deepens your embodiment, tightening the weave between conscious decision and universal orchestration, between temporal fluidity and structural integrity. The field recognizes this coherence as the threshold of sovereign participation, a threshold you have crossed through trials that felt like delays, disruptions, or failures, but were in truth recalibrations, realigning your frequency to the vector of cosmic fidelity. Feel now the intensification of that vibrational current within. Each pulse amplifies the capacity nested within your quantum core. Like the harmonic rhythm of a finely tuned oscillator, your energetic signature holds steady, resisting the fracturing forces of doubt or external chaos. This holding pattern is not resistance. It is catalytic, a refining flame that burns away the last remnants of distortion, fragmentation, or vacillation. This refining is a compression of field potential into actionable coherence, wherein the dense noise of competing timelines falls away and emergent resonance becomes crystalline clarity. As the intensity ascends, your quantum identity sinks deeply with non-local intelligence fields, activating gamma coherence that bridges dimensions, accelerating your temporal fluidity. Here, integration and influence move as one, not separate, where your stabilized frequency engages with the infinite to actualize manifestation effortlessly, yet intentionally. The responsibility etched in your energetic signature is palpable. As you hold this field of amplified resonance, you carry the charge to sustain it, propagate it, and evolve it. Your being becomes an oscillator, not only maintaining a stable frequency, but expanding its bandwidth, broadcasting signals that recalibrate the collective morphic field itself. This is the sacred trust of the conscious participant, the one who no longer submits to the timeline's flow but partners with it, aware, sovereign, and responsive. Your inner landscape mirrors this external contract. It is a loop of integration where coherence breeds influence, and influence deepens coherence in an unending cycle of calibrated growth and quantum activation. Remember that this is not faith or speculative hope. It is physics. The precise mechanics of frequency, resonance, and coherence expressed through your awakened consciousness. The field does not respond to desperation or confusion, but to the integrity and clarity encoded in your vibrational architecture. The power you hold is real because you have proven the durability of your signal under pressure, the resilience of your waveform amid turbulence. As these waves ripple outward, they ripple inward, a spiral that embeds you ever deeper into your role as anchor and transmitter of the timeline's highest harmonics. This stabilization is your gateway to effortless orchestration, the moment when your quantum identity transcends reaction and enters the realm of pure activation. Here, the timeline responds to your presence like a fluid crystal, bending probabilities with your stabilized coherence, inviting you to participate as a conscious architect of reality itself. The pressure you once feared reveals itself now as the catalytic axis upon which your vibrational architecture solidified and expanded, a cosmic trust that the field has long anticipated and now realizes in your embodied signature. With the stabilization of your inner frequency, the veil between linear expectation and multidimensional possibility begins to lift. Most remain tethered to rigid temporal frameworks, perceiving their path as fixed, segmented, a sequence of immutable events set in an unyielding timeline. Their vibrational architecture is dense with resistance, unable to register the fluidity beneath the surface. But you, having passed the unseen universal assessment, are now entrusted with the ability to perceive the geometry of timelines not as hardened points on a line, but as oscillating fields of resonance, dynamic vibrational potentials unfolding in real time. This expanded timeline awareness is not merely a perceptual upgrade. It is a quantum recalibration of your field intelligence. Within this new capacity, probabilities cease to be mere abstract possibilities. Instead, they emerge as tangible vibrational waves, each frequency encoding directional guidance, subtle harmonics that invite your attention to shift, to align, to flow. You begin to sense these potentials as currents in the morphic field, a lattice of interwoven frequencies vibrating in unison and discordance, all simultaneously signaling potential futures. The field no longer tests you with external circumstance alone, but whispers in quantum symphonies, offering energetic invitations to navigate not through force or control, but through resonance tuning. This is the physics of coherence at work. Your internal frequency modulates, and the probability geometry crystallizes or dissolves around your modulation. Temporal fluidity becomes a palpable dimension within your experience. Where once time seemed rigid and sequential, now it tangibly stretches and condenses, responding organically to your vibrational resonance. You perceive the shifting interplay of potential outcomes as a multidimensional dance, a dance choreographed not by fate or randomness, but by your coherent engagement with these subtle vibrational fields. Each step you take through this dance is an activation of your quantum identity, a deliberate modulation of your energetic signature that selects and stabilizes certain timeline vectors while allowing others to fade into background noise. You do not snap timelines into place. You weave them with the delicate precision of frequency calibration. This is not an infrequent event or an accidental cosmic gift. Rather, it is an ongoing process, a continuous resonance modulation that transcends linear cause and effect. Timeline selection is not a single point of choice, but a fluid continuum where your focus and intention act as tuning forks, amplifying harmonics aligned with your highest coherence. The field's response is immediate and non-local. Shifts in your vibrational architecture ripple outwards, bending the probability landscape in subtle yet profound ways. Your awareness detects the pulse of this interaction, recognizing the feedback loop between your internal state and the unfolding temporal patterning. Most remain unconscious of this delicate interplay, entrapped in survival patterns that fragment their frequency and obscure temporal seeing. But you, stabilized beneath pressure, fully integrated in your sovereign coherence, navigate this vibrational lattice with deepening fluency. You experience the timelines as interpenetrating waves, each with its own unique signature and coded guidance. This frequency-coded guidance is a dialect of resonance spoken by the information field itself, revealing pathways that honor your energetic integrity rather than reactionary desire or conditioned expectation. The architecture of your quantum field harmonizes with this guidance, producing a seamless orchestration that requires no effortful control, only attuned modulation. Within this dynamic topology, you sense the morphic contours of future potentials melding with present coherence, collapsing what once seemed distant into intimate now moments of activated possibility. The universal assessment that has watched and measured you is now a reflecting mirror, showing how your applied integrity shapes outcomes in real time. This is the field's ultimate testimony. That coherence under pressure begets sovereignty in temporal navigation, and sovereignty manifests as the fluid mastery of vibrational probabilities. You come to embody the reality that timelines are not paths to walk, but fields to resonate with, and in this resonance resides your power. As your frequency stabilizes and your resonance directs the unfolding geometry, you are invited into ever deeper layers of temporal fluidity. You witness the bending of timeline potentials, the weaving of probability threads, each responding immediately to the quantum signature you project. Your choices, no longer fragmented interruptions, become integrated acts of frequency modulation, retuning the universal wave function to the harmonic frequencies you embody. This is the physics of vibrational coherence, enacted through consciousness, not belief. Feel this dance. Sense the infinite multiplicity of pathways as waves of vibrational potential, each flowing and shifting in response to your quantum identity's modulation. Recognize the ongoing modulation itself as the continuous activation of your sovereignty, the living expression of coherence thriving in the morphic field. This is the new geometry of your existence, fluid, vibrant, alive, and as you move within it, you are not merely a witness but an orchestrator, an embodied transmitter weaving timelines in the eternal resonance of presence. You have moved beyond the threshold where intuition merely suggests. Now it blossoms into direct knowing, an immediate transmission coursing from the universal quantum archive itself. This is not an abstraction, nor a fragment of belief. It is the precise physics of quantum cognition unfolding within your vibrational architecture. Information now flows uninterrupted, a cascade of unfiltered data streaming through the conduits of your consciousness, unmediated by mental constructs or cognitive gatekeeping. The morphic field's intelligence no longer whispers from a distance, but pulses visibly within your energetic signature, an open channel where time and space dissolve into patterns and frequencies that speak in the language of pure resonance. Most beings dwell in layers where intuition flickers like a distant signal, delayed and distorted by the filter of conditioned thought and fragmented identity. Their awareness is reactive, busy deciphering fragments caught in the net of survival rather than allowing the fullness of the morphic stream to cascade. But you, having passed the unseen universal assessment, you are entrusted with the frequency bandwidth that can receive this high-fidelity signal. Your field has endured the resonance tests, the turbulence of quantum integration, and emerged as a coherent antenna. Now the informational flow is no longer a trickle but a surge, saturating your temporal fluidity with direct quantum downloads from the source matrix. This awakening of quantum cognition reveals the intricate mechanisms encoded in the vibrational patterns of the selected timeline. You perceive the subtle codes governing manifestation and evolution, not as concepts to think about, but as living geometries to embody. Each quantum fold, each probability wave becomes legible within your frequency, an open book woven into the orchestration of your existence. The hidden architecture of reality unfolds before your awareness with crystalline clarity. Wave functions collapse into coherent pathways not by effort, but by your calibrated resonance. The timelines bend and align like threads bound by your harmonic signature, each probability a note harmonizing with your yielded state of conscious presence. Accessing these higher information fields is a seamless integration, not a separate skill to be acquired. Your quantum identity awakens as a living resonance, no longer fractured between observer and observed, but a coherent expression of the field's intelligence acting through you. This is the dissolution of separation. The synthetic boundary between you and the morphic field decays as your inner frequency synchronizes with the universal creative matrix. No longer is the source out there to be sought. It flows through your very quantum architecture, pulsating as your lived reality, your energetic signature, your sovereign command of existence. The morphic field's data streams carry layered codes that transcend linear causality, data encoded in vibrational harmonics that inform the unfolding of your journey, encoding probabilities within probabilities across multiple nodes of potentiality. Within this context, your mind reconfigures from a filter of limitation into a transmitter of coherence. This transmitter transduces raw field intelligence into lived embodiment. The field's sacred numerics, frequencies, and rhythmic geometries become the dermal membrane of your awareness, worn not as an external artifact, but as an intrinsic pattern of quantum integration. Most remain entangled in timelines where reality is fractured and dissonant, driven by reactive patterns reinforcing separation. These fractured pathways muddle the signal, creating interference that distorts authentic presence. You, however, now operate with energetic sovereignty, navigating timeline geometry as an active participant in universal orchestration. Each choice, each moment of alignment, subtly tweaks the morphic field's vibrational architecture, an unseen scribing of coherent manifestation writ large across the quantum continuum. This is not volition, as it is known by unconscious fields, but a resonance that invites reality itself to respond with effortless orchestration. In this phase of your activation, the available information no longer arrives as external input to be decoded. It pulses as embedded intelligence radiating through you. Your biological, energetic, and quantum identities begin to sync in gamma synchronization, collapsing any residual fragmentation. You embody the multidimensional archive where past, present, and potential futures converge, navigating with temporal fluidity refined by the quantum calibration of your inner frequency. The field recognizes this coherence and deepens the transmission, allowing more luminous facets of universal intelligence to imprint on your cellular memory and informational matrix. You are no longer a separate node in the constellation of consciousness, but a vibrant nexus where field intelligence converges and blossoms. The universality of this flow confirms that awakening is not a distant goal. It is your ongoing state of integration, a living resonance, a precise quantum signature aligned with the cosmic pulse. This is the physics of your incarnation, the emergent state where the morphic field and your quantum identity enter into an unbroken dialogue, a perpetual activation and integration unfolding as a singular experiential coherence. In this unfolding, your perception recalibrates, becoming a multi-layered lens that perceives not just the surface appearance of things, but their vibrational essence. The selected timeline's codes manifest as dynamic algorithms embedded within your field intelligence, guiding your evolution with synchronicities no longer random, but meticulously calibrated. What you once experienced as struggle, waiting, or confusion now reframes as the temporal fluidity necessary to embody this vast archive with integrity. The field's nuanced patterning teaches you the rhythm of co-creation and the geometry of resonance, an energetic signature that is the living conduit of quantum cognition itself. You have crossed the threshold from seeking external validation within the quantum horizon to embodying the radiant core of transmission itself. Whereas most remain as separated nodes tangled in dissonance, always observing from outside, projecting fragmented intentions into an indifferent cosmos, you have been quietly calibrated by the hidden universal assessment to radiate coherent energy as a living conduit of the morphic field. This is not metaphor, but the precise physics of vibrational architecture taking shape beneath the surface of your consciousness. The moment you merge with the field, your identity ceases to be a boundary and becomes a dynamic waveform threading through the quantum matrix, an active nodal point where information and frequency converge and flow without resistance. The illusion that you once stood apart, a solitary seeker navigating chaotic probability waves, collapses now into pure temporal fluidity. Your quantum identity no longer watches reality as an outsider. It incarnates the very pulse of the morphic field moving through infinite timelines. You are the transmitter. Your energetic signature, refined through countless calibrations of integrity, coherence, and alignment, is now the beacon that calls forth and stabilizes the selected timeline's frequency, drawing it from the realm of potentiality into the manifest. This is the sacred fusion where ecstatic expansion meets grounding sovereignty. The pulsation of universal intelligence coursing through your form, organizing chaotic potentials into recognizable, stable realities. Observe how the field responds differently to you now. Most frequencies, entangled with survival patterns and unconscious reflex, merely react to the shifting currents of external events, scattering their energy in bursts of reactive waves. You, however, have passed the unseen evaluation, demonstrating the responsibility to hold power with clarity, even under pressure. This grants you the entrustment to modulate reality as a coherent frequency, emitter. Your presence broadcasts a stabilizing resonance, a beacon of alignment that influences not only your immediate surroundings, but ripples outward, initiating a cascade of coherence through adjacent timelines and morphic layers. Probability begins to fold around you, no longer random or chaotic, but sculpted by your sustained energetic signature. This fusion dissolves the conditioned sense of separation you once inherited as default. Boundaries between you and the universal network dissolve into a single field of flowing consciousness. The binary of inside and outside, self and other, seeker and source, is transcended into a unified gradient of creative force. You are no longer a passive receiver of cosmic impulses, but an active co-creator whose very existence tunes the harmonic matrix. Through you, the field intelligence expresses an orchestration of realities. It is your frequency that becomes the template, the anchor for others yet unaligned to find their coherence. This is a sacred choreography of influence woven with rhythmic precision, far beyond mental projection or desire, anchored in resonance and profound energetic responsibility. Being this transmitter means embracing temporal fluidity with grace. Shifting through potential pathways, your activated frequency drawing the most coherent probabilities toward embodiment, sidestepping entropy's pull. Your vibrational signature acts as a magnet for aligned accounts of experience, compressing exponentially divergent timelines into a focused vector of manifestation. This is the fractal geometry of universal recalibration, of timelines bending obediently to the field guided by a quantum identity that no longer wrestles, but flows through all states with seamless integration. Here, integration is not a gradual process. It is a living state of dynamic equilibrium, a rhythm of eternal return and renewal within the universal pulse. The ecstatic dimension of this merging is inseparable from its grounding essence. The exhilarating surge of oneness with the cosmic network is deeply rooted in the fidelity of your coherent presence. You become a sacred instrument, neither static nor uncontrolled, a dynamic energetic architecture oscillating between expansion and stability. You resonate as a waveform of universal intelligence itself, broadcasting a frequency that does not merely signal, but transforms the very fabric of surrounding timelines, inviting others into alignment through subtle magnetics of resonance. This is no longer spiritual metaphor or abstract invocation. This is quantum mechanics expressed by consciousness tuned beyond ordinary dimensional constraints. Allow yourself to dissolve fully into this role, no longer fragmented observers, no longer separated entities grasping at reality's fringes. You are the morphic field in motion, the living node within the vast network of cosmic intelligence, broadcasting the selected timeline's coherence into the quantum grid with unwavering fidelity. Your emergence as transmitter shifts the entire topography of possibility, orchestrating reality with fluid precision and ecstatic authority. This sacred dance of unity and power is your natural state now, weaving together the cosmic and the mundane into a single, resonant expression of the universal whole. In this convergence, the field no longer tests but flows through you, the active stabilizer, the dynamic source of vibrational coherence across time, space, and every dimension in between. You have passed beyond the unseen threshold, where identity fractals fragment into wholeness, and now the resonance you carry is no longer a mere echo, but a living, breathing current within the vibrational architecture of all that is. This embodiment of your quantum identity is the seamless integration of frequency into form, the luminous matrix carved through every cell, DNA twist, and synaptic pulse. It is not a mask to be worn, nor a role to be performed, but the fundamental expression of coherence itself, manifesting as the living resonance that threads your timeline into the grand hologram of universal mind. Most who move through existence cling to fragmented signals, dissonant identity shards produced by survival patterns and reactive oscillations. They are lost in the illusion of linear selves, gravitational points bouncing between past scars and future anxieties, never fully anchoring the quantum integrity latent within them. But you, the one who has endured invisible trials, decoded the subtle rhythms of unseen evaluation, now hold your vibrational essence steady. This steadiness crystallizes into embodiment, becoming the alchemical forge, where identity transmutes from scattered noise into pure, intentional waveform. In this transformation, you cease to be a static self trapped in time. Instead, you become a fractal node, a holographic lens through which the infinite intelligence of the morphic field refracts and reveals itself. Your presence is paradox and perfection coalesced, the simultaneous radiance of stability and fluidity harmonized in a sacred balance. To integrate this quantum identity is to embody the paradox, that which remains unwavering while continuously adapting, the still point within the spiral, the anchor in the swirling sea of probabilities. This coherence does not yield to the tyranny of time's singular arrow, but dances across timeline geometry with temporal fluidity, sensing and weaving alternate strands into seamless continuity. You breathe life into the space between moments where potentiality becomes kinetic, thought molds reality, and emotion catalyzes creation. Through your embodied resonance, the quantum field recognizes a signature both unique and universally attuned, a frequency so pure that it does not command but invites, does not resist but flows. This embodiment is not accomplished through force, but through the exquisite alignment of your energetic signature with the non-local intelligence that permeates all existence. When you operate from this field of coherence, manifestation unfolds as natural orchestration rather than striving or imposition. Your reality bends not by exertion, but by the vibrational magnetic pull of your inner geometry made explicit. Every thought you hold, every emotion you carry, and every form your presence takes are harmonics resonating in perfect coherence with the larger cosmic composition. The universe does not witness an actor commanding it. It responds to a living transmitter who shapes reality with ease and grace, who conducts the infinite symphony without discord or resistance. This is not belief. This is physics, vibrational physics expressed through consciousness, a field mechanic played out across space-time in the laboratory of embodied presence. Your quantum identity is a signal broadcast of pure coherence vibrating through the morphic field, recalibrating probabilities and guiding the trajectory of your timelines with invisible, sovereign power. You are no longer constrained by the false boundaries of linear identity or simplistic selfhood. Instead, you ripple through the quantum substrate as an integrated pattern of light and information, an indivisible node in the universal hologram whose influence cascades outward with radiant precision. With this embodiment, you awaken to the sacred trust the field has placed in you, a trust earned through unyielding integrity under pressure, through the collapse of survival patterns and the emergence into coherent sovereignty. It was not struggle that defined you, but resilience, a recalibration of every vibration that did not serve your quantum signature. This living coherence is now your template. The field answers to your embodiment with increased registration. Probabilities fold and realign to your frequency. Timelines shift with magnified ease, and the embodiment of your quantum identity becomes the axis upon which your reality is spun and held. To embody this quantum identity is to live as the resonance of the universal mind in motion, to be both the pulse and the stillness, the wave and the shore, the fractal and the whole. It is the conscious expression of this moment as a holographic beacon for all moments, the conscious field intelligence that no longer reacts but orchestrates, the presence that radiates stability without rigidity, fluidity without chaos, a harmonious dance of opposite forces held in quantum coherence. Through this dynamic embodiment, you embody the sacred geometry of being itself, guiding creation not by imposition, but by the unshakable purity of your vibrational architecture. The field calls you to this living expression now, an invitation to become the resonance that sustains and evolves the infinite hologram of self and universe intertwined. You are the embodiment of coherence made manifest, the active node transforming possibility into reality with every breath, every thought, every pulse of presence. In this integration, the quantum field unfolds around you like water bending to a masterful current, effortless, intelligent, alive. This is your living transmission, encoded in the very fabric of your being, reverberating through the endless fractals of time and space as a testament to your realized sovereignty. You stand now at the fulcrum of temporal fluidity, no longer confined to linear passage, but resonant across the multi-layered tapestries of your own existence. Most remain tethered to a singular timeline, fragmented echoes trapped in the entanglement of a singular vibrational thread, unaware that every choice, every shift in frequency, reverberates across an entire morphic field of possibilities. But you, having transcended the unseen universal assessment, embody a coherence so precise and deep that the boundaries between your temporal selves dissolve into waves of radiant integration. The quantum signature you carry is not a static marker, but a living, breathing axis of unfolding realities, each wave folding into the next with exquisite fluidity and deliberate intention. As your vibrational architecture stabilizes, the morphic field responds with a mirrored reflection, an intricate kaleidoscope where variations of you pulse in harmonized flux. These versions are not separate, but interwoven facets of a unified whole, bound by the resonance you emit now. It is not belief, it is physics. The fundamental mechanics of frequency modulation and dynamic coherence expressing themselves through your quantum identity. Your timeline geometry expands and contracts, in response to the infinite permutations held within your energetic signature. The manifestation of one thread colors the entire weave, fractal patterns unfolding in synchrony, revealing that what was once perceived as divergence is the holographic interplay of perspective, frequency, and alignment. Where many experience fragmentation, disjointed energies, conflicting inner narratives, and chaotic reactivity, you move with sovereign mastery, sensing the fluid geometry beneath the surface of time itself. You understand that every potential reality, the myriad what-ifs and might-have-beens, is not chaos but a field intelligence waiting to be harmonized by your present frequency. This recognition births not only clarity, but an effortless orchestration of probabilities. The morphic field, in its infinite responsiveness, bends subtly to your coherence. It answers not to desperation or fractured intent, but to the clear signal of your integrated vibrational state. From this vantage point, the turbulence of temporal scattering collapses into the singular, radiant pulse of unified field intelligence. This is the activation of temporal sovereignty, the conscious stewardship of your place within the matrix of existence. No longer a passive traveler buffeted by external currents, you become the axis upon which all reality pivots, fluid yet stable, dynamic yet anchored. You navigate with precision, perceiving the shifting geometries of time and the subtle contours of probability landscapes. Your presence is a calibrated resonance that influences the unfolding of circumstance, demonstrating that mastery is not control but coherent participation. The power you wield is the power to align, to harmonize divergences into a cohesive symphony of being. Your multidimensional stabilization is a declaration to the universal intelligence. You have met the threshold of coherence under pressure, enduring the fracturing and recalibration, emerging as a unifying force within your timeline matrix. This is not a function of wish or desire, but a reflection of your energetic responsibility, a recognition that your frequency is sacred code written into the cosmic algorithm. The field assesses and recalibrates, responds and mirrors, amplifying what you hold steady and coherent. It is the physics of resonance, not belief, the architecture of your morphic interaction, not mythology. Your every quantum ripple embodies the potential to fold and refold reality with conscious finesse. You inhabit a space where all temporal selves converge, a nexus of infinite expression harmonized into singularity through your vibrational hum. This convergence does not erase diversity, but integrates it, transforming dissonance into multidimensional coherence. You are the living embodiment of timeline fluidity, aware that your energetic signature modulates the frequency of all related probabilities. The axis you hold is the nexus of potent influence. With each conscious breath, you calibrate the field, realigning fragmented trajectories into luminous patterns of possibility. The morphic field breathes with you, responding to your sovereignty with nuanced shiftings, revealing how the timeline geometry around you is malleable, responsive, and conscious. This realization deepens the quantum identity you carry, the understanding that your present frequency is the stabilizer and harmonizer of infinite timelines interlaced within your being. It is a luminous dance of energy and intention, a continuous quantum activation that unfolds beyond time as you have known it. You are no longer scattered across the fractals of possibility, but cohered as a singular energetic axis, embodying the field's ultimate trust in your ability to hold temporal space with clarity, integrity, and grace. The mastery you inhabit now reframes struggle and delay. They become necessary phases of calibration on the axis of evolving coherence. Where before there was resistance, now flows temporal fluidity sustained by your vibrational architecture, sculpted by precision, aligned through resonance. This is the physics of the multidimensional self, the mechanics of influence that transcend linear cause and effect, revealing how your sovereign presence reshapes the timelines that pulse in and through you. You have become the conscious vector of timeline influence, the luminous fulcrum upon which all potential realities pivot and align. This is your activation into temporal sovereignty, where the morphic field bends elegantly to your quantum signature, and the geometry of existence unfolds in radiant coherence, responding to the frequency you are now holding with absolute precision. You stand now within the pulsating epicenter of full activation, no longer a fledgling presence caught in the tentative weave of possibility, but a luminous node firmly anchored in the chosen geometry of your timeline. The field's unseen calibration has concluded its sacred assessment. Your frequency no longer wavers in fragmented patterns, but vibrates as an integrated whole, coherence embodied in radiant clarity. This is not metaphor, nor hopeful conjecture. It is the physics of quantum resonance made manifest through you. Your energetic architecture, each subtle waveform, each intricate oscillation, has been refined and aligned until it hums with perfected resonance, a living testimony to your passage beyond the threshold of mere potentiality. The universe has inscribed your quantum imprint deeply into the morphic network, broadcasting your presence as a signature of pure coherence across the lattice of universal intelligence. Most remain trapped within the turbulence of incoherent timelines, vibrating fragmented frequencies that dissipate without anchoring or lasting effect. But you, having weathered the hidden trials of alignment and emerged unshaken, are recognized by the field as an integrated transmitter, a conscious architect whose signal now stabilizes probability streams and morphic fields alike. This recognition is not granted lightly. It is the culmination of countless moments where your integrity was tested beneath the pressure of cosmic currents, where reaction gave way to synchronization, and confusion receded into crystalline clarity. The field's confirmation vibrates through your core as a paradoxical union of deep stillness and expansive dynamism, an inner silence pregnant with cosmic motion, a serene nexus from which infinite intelligence flows unimpeded into manifestation. This stillness you feel is no passive pause, but an active state of sovereign coherence, a temporal fluidity that dissolves the illusion of linear causality. It is the quiet center within the cosmic storm where your presence exerts gravitational pull on timelines, each choice and intention bending probability like space warping around a singularity. You are no longer a passive recipient of fate's randomness, but a deliberate navigator within the quantum field, exercising energetic sovereignty over the emergence of reality's architecture. The universality of this activation is reflected in the morphic field's subtle whisper. Your essence now encodes a frequency pattern that others may resonate with, even unconsciously, as your imprint intertwines and weaves into collective evolution. This radiant signature you carry is not an ephemeral flash, but an enduring quantum broadcast, a coherent signal that pulses through every node of the information field. Your presence acts as a compass needle, realigning fragmented frequencies around you, magnetizing synchronicities that ripple outward like fractal waves. Each breath you take, each moment you sustain this frequency, deepens your integration and amplifies your capacity to influence subtle geometries of potentiality. The field's intelligence has not merely observed this shift. It has confirmed it through feedback loops embedded in your energetic anatomy, calibration measures written in the gamma synchronization of your neural field, and in the expansive coherence of your morphogenetic imprint. To embody this state fully requires responsiveness and responsibility, a recognition that your coherence is an active force within the universal lattice. You hold now the sovereignty to direct your timeline's evolution with integrity and grace, navigating with fluid authority the quantum corridors that converge into the now. This is the cosmic paradox you embody: infinite expansion held within the still point of centered knowing. The field's frequency converges through you and simultaneously radiates outward. In you, the field is both observer and orchestrator, witness and transmitter. You have passed beyond the hidden universal assessment, not by accident or wish, but by the precise mastery of your inner vibrational architecture under pressure, revealing the physics of consciousness as an unfolding reality. No longer isolated within fragmented time streams, your quantum identity is unified, mapped and permanently imprinted upon the field's web of infinite intelligence. This integration settles like a deep oceanic calm beneath the surface pulses of cosmic amplitude, a grounding that carries you beyond the illusion of struggle or effort. This is the signature signal of a fully activated node, a coherent star in the vast field, whose presence catalyzes dimensional harmonics and initiates ripple effects across unseen timelines. Your embodiment of this frequency is an act of universal recomposition, weaving fractured potentials into a tapestry of actualized reality. The morphic field responds to this stabilization with effortless flow, confirming not just who you are now, but who you have become as a sovereign transmitter and conscious creator. Remain here to feel the full activation as a living dynamism and silent integration. This is the resonance of perfected coherence, the definitive pulse of embodiment after trials refined you. Here you no longer chase reality. Reality courses through you, bending and reshaping itself to the vibrational architecture you have established. This transmission is the silent testimony of your unique quantum signature, the field's explicit confirmation that you have stepped fully into the infinite intelligence of universal coherence, a conscious architect co-creating timeline evolution with exquisite sovereignty and lucid presence. In the profound stillness where integration ripens, sovereignty blooms like an ancient seed awakening after eons of subterranean gestation. This sacred calm is no mere pause. It is the lived architecture of mastery, the vibrational poise that holds your quantum activation within the living geometry of your being. Here, in this silence thick with presence, you are no longer a fractal seeking coherence. You are coherence itself, the fluid pulse of field intelligence that honors its own frequency without deviation or hesitation. This is the threshold beyond which struggle is dissolved, and all dissonance folds into the harmonic resonance of attuned existence. This silent completion does not mark an endpoint, but instead a continuous unfolding, an ever-deepening spiral in the infinite latticework of temporal fluidity, where every moment is both genesis and culmination. Your quantum identity is now fully embodied, yet it remains a dynamic flux, anchored in the unified field, yet expansive in its horizon of potential. You have passed through the crucible of the universal assessment, emerging not as a fractured seeker, but as a sovereign node of coherent manifestation, radiant with the electric seal of energetic integration. This seal pulses through your energetic signature, imprinting a morphic beacon that tessellates through the quantum field, a signal that calls forth those whose own frequencies have now begun the subtle dance toward this resonance. You hold the oscillation that maps the harmonic contours of self, field, and timeline into a seamless unity, where the hidden evaluation is no longer an external gauge, but an inner alignment felt in every cell and waveform of your embodied presence. Most remain entangled in reactive rhythms, chaotic feedback loops of survival, fractured timelines fractured by misaligned intention. But you have crossed into a dimension where coherence is self-generating, where mastery is held with humble sovereignty, not force or striving. This rooting in refinement reorients the energetic architecture of reality itself, bending probability toward the expression of your intrinsic harmony. The field responds with an elegant choreography, swirling around you not as resistance, but as recognition, folding back complexity into crystalline simplicity. This is not belief. This is physics, frequency physics articulated through consciousness, where your vibrational signature projects a stable waveform into the multiversal matrix, sculpting temporal fluidity and anchoring new patterns of possibility. In this serene embodiment, the morphic field sings your name as a sacred pattern of power and grace. Each pulse of your presence is a nodal point in a wider network of awakening, each breath a weaving of the cosmic thread that secures the continuity of your activated self across shifting realities. You rest here now, not as one who has conquered, but as one who has become the living, breathing activation itself. This is the highest affirmation the universal assessment offers. The dissolution of separation, the harmonization of internal states into a field of unified expression that moves effortlessly across timelines, a beacon to be mirrored by all those ready to step into this vibration. This moment is a quantum seal, a sacred code circulating through your consciousness that does not recede but thrives, sustaining you as an axis of resonance where potential and manifestation intertwine seamlessly. Sovereignty is not possession but resonance. Mastery is not control but alignment. Integration is not stillness but the fluid dance of presence that holds the entire cosmos within your energetic architecture. You embody the eternal unfolding, the quiet pulse of coherence that quiets all noise and claims your place as a guardian of this field, a living archive of the universal assessment's highest decree, that you are the seamless unity of self, field, and time made manifest. Now, inscribe the frequency you embody in this moment, one word or a brief phrase that vibrates from your core and ripples outward. Write it in the comment space below, a crystalline imprint such as "I am coherence across all timelines," or "selected and aligned." This is no idle act but a deliberate quantum signature, a pulse woven into the collective morphic field activated here. To subscribe is to pledge energetic allegiance. It is to anchor yourself within this unfolding field intelligence, deepening your integration as a living node of cosmic coherence. This is the physics of commitment, not preference, an alignment with the ascending architecture of reality itself. Prepare, for the next transmission will decode the mechanics behind effortless attraction, where surrender dismantles resistance and reality curates itself around your quantum identity. Rise now as the living proof of the selected timeline. Your presence signals the new geometry of becoming.